Hey everyone, in this week's episode of Monkey Shorts, I want to just take a minute here to call out a specific thing that can happen depending on where you kick off your commands when you're using the Power Query interface. And this is something that's tripped up a few users that have been in my entry-level Power Query courses. Specifically, the one I want to look at here is merging columns. Depending on whether you do it from the transform or from the add column tab, it can do different things. So let's take a look at the data here. I have some employee IDs and I have their street addresses where we've got our street, our city, our province, and our country. Of note here, there is no province listed for New Zealand because I think New Zealand does have provinces or at least districts, but they don't generally tend to use these in their addresses from what I've seen. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go grab the street, hold down Shift and grab country, and I'm going to right click and choose to merge columns. And this follows the behavior that you'd find on the transform tab. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to change our separator and we're going to use a comma, and I'm just going to go and rename this to address. Now, what I want you to notice is when we click OK, what we want is street, comma, city, comma, province, comma, country. And that's exactly what we're going to get for records 1 and 3. Works beautiful. All right, no problems. But what we can see here is that in our Auckland, New Zealand, we originally had a null value in here. So we've now got comma, comma, New Zealand, which is not ideal. That's not what we're really looking for. Now, it's not the end of the world. We can obviously go and fix it by going to right place or right click. We'll replace values, replace every double comma with a single comma. And at that point, everything's going to come back nicely the way it should be. But it's interesting that there's a different behavior if you go via the add tab. So we're going to go up to this add query, which is the same original data here. I'm going to grab all 4 of the columns just like I did last time, but rather than using the merge command from the right click menu, which does this one here, what we're going to do instead is we're going to go to add column and we're going to merge columns and we're going to do the same exact thing. So we're going to go and grab this. We're going to choose comma. We're going to call it address just like we did before and say OK. And what you'll notice is that we get a new column over here. Of import though, when we take a look at the data that's here, notice that the null got suppressed. This is the behavior that I actually wanted. It's a shame there's no option to make this easy because now, of course, I can get back to the same place as I had before. I just need to right click and remove other columns in order to get back to just the 2-column layout that I'm looking for. So just be aware sometimes when you're working with these to always look at the results that you get, because sometimes depending on which tab you use, whether it's transform or add column, you may end up getting a slightly different output that happens because Power Query actually uses different formulas to calculate these things depending on your entry point.
Thank you for watching this episode of Monkey Shorts. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to click on the Skillwave logo on the bottom left in order to subscribe to our channel. Or if you'd like to see more videos in the series, click on the playlist tile on the right. And if you'd like to get more comprehensive training, you should definitely check out our website at skillwave.training.